If you're wondering why this channel doesn't have a little profile picture yet, it's because YouTube didn't approve of mine, which I thought was really weird. I didn't know YouTube had an approval thing, or at least I don't really know what happened. I kind of slammed everything together last minute on Sunday, right before I had to go do some stuff, and it was like I had a little narrow out, like little window of time, roughly about an hour. That's why I said ow. I'm not. I actually my knee does hurt quite a bit. I injured my knee at the gym. That was very cool. I like when that shit happens to me. Oh, I swore in the first minute. Whatever. Who cares? We're not making ad revenue yet. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my tiny little house. Episode 2. The first episode went live as of me recording this, I think about 3 hours ago. So 7 views on YouTube. That's pretty nice. It's a little weird. Again, like I talked about this in the first episode, it's a little weird going back to doing like a solo podcast on a channel that already had another solo podcast on it. And there's actually people who, believe it or not, that channel or that show had like a small following on YouTube. It was like, and by a small following, I mean like 5 people, not including people who I know in real life that would watch. I'm not including those people because it's like, yeah, they're going to watch it because they know me and they want to support me. But man, oh man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. And I was really happy with the quality of the first episode. In fact, I'm surprised that this little microphone right here, which maybe you can't see because we're all black today. I'm dressed in the, what would you call it? The the theater tech kid gear. That's my drip for today. Mainly this is I got out of the gym and this is what I had in my bag because I forgot to pack a change of clothes. And these, I will admit, I'm wearing dirty clothes right now. These are the last pairs of clothes that I wore when I went to the gym the last time. So maybe we need to like find another outfit. Maybe I could throw a jacket on to make it look a little bit different. My closet's right here. So, knock on wood. Isn't that they say for good luck? Also my tummy is gurgling a lot. Do you guys want to hear? I hope that picks up on the mic. Nah, I guess not. Oh, we have a little surprise. We actually have a little surprise this episode that I want to crack into soon. I don't want to do it immediately. But you know, all I'll say is it has to do with one of my favorite little hyperfixations, and that is, well, you'll find out. You'll find out. I want to talk about some things first. I'm going to take off my Apple Watch. You don't need to be on right now. You can go on the floor face down. What was my phone vibrating about? Let's find out. It was Quora Digest. Does Walmart know when you steal from them? Oh, steal from self-checkout. Let's read into this. I forgot that my Quora name is DZ Nuts. Let's go find out, actually. Let's Quora. What do you call it? Like, I don't know, you tweet on Twitter, you quore on Quora, you inquire on Quora. That makes a little more sense, I guess. Does Walmart, this is by Luke Justice. This was posted back in December. I'm going to screenshot this and see if I can put it up on screen. Does Walmart know when you steal from self-checkout? They definitely do. And I actually know a little bit of information about this. I had 3 packages of raw chicken breast in one of those deli bags they provided by the meat section. Instead of taking them out of the bag and getting disgusting raw chicken juice all over my hands. Wait a minute. Wait, what? And the register I used the hand scanner and scanned each package in the deli bag, still in the conveyor. I then picked up the sack and transferred it over the scanner into a Walmart bag. Dude, were you going to like scan the raw chicken breast like with no barcode? Were you going to like just show it to the sensor and be like, do you know what this, like, what does it mean get the raw chicken juice? If it should be in a package. I don't know. Let's see. I then picked up the sack and transferred it over the scanner into a Walmart bag. When I did this, an alarm went off and a manager immediately showed up. He looked at a device in his hand, said, 2 chicken breast, and then brought up a camera feed on the checkout screen. The video was a direct overhead view of the scanner. It was a video of me putting the deli sack with the 3 packages of breasts into the Walmart sack. As I did it, there was some program that targeted the items as they passed through. Dude, you got to summarize here, man. This is horrible. As they passed through the field of view and placed boxes around the items or barcodes or something. The manager saw that the items were scanned and apologized. In short, they've got an automated. Okay, so you answered your own fucking question. Dude, I hate Quora sometimes. I mostly actually just do hate Quora. I wish I could have found out more. But no, actually, I remember reading a couple of years ago that like I don't know how much of like conspiracy theory shit this is. That was such a waste of my time. What a dumb thing to read. Why would you post if you already know the answer, bro? Isn't that one of Quora has a question in the name? Quora? Like the QAnon? I don't know. Maybe that's where it all stemmed from. Maybe that's where QAnon came from, is from Quora. Um, but what was I going to say? I remember reading a couple of years ago, and I don't know how true this is, so please bear with me, that like these stores all work with this one security company that like they track you, and they like when you go into a store, every store has like security cameras in it now, like Walmart, Target. I just went to Target today. That's where we got our little surprise from. Just bear with me here. We'll get there. We'll get there. Um, that's what I remember hearing though, was that like they basically like track your shopping habits, and I guess what happens is they know when you steal stuff, and if you steal like small things, like I don't know, maybe a pack of underwear, which is why I had to go there today. Um, that like they let it slide up until they've tracked how much you've stolen, up until it's like a certain amount. Usually, I think they say it's enough to charge you with a specific. I don't want to misspeak here. Like a specific type of theft. I think it's enough to make it worth it for them to pursue like prosecuting you, so to speak. I remember reading about that. I was like, oh wow, that like makes a lot of sense. I guess. I mean, you shouldn't steal. Please don't steal. I don't condone stealing shit. Unless it's like, I don't know, I guess maybe I can justify like stealing hot food if you're like starving to death. I can, I can look the other way. I can look the other way, you know. I got a heart, you know. Or maybe like a winter coat for like a kid. Maybe you got a kid and you're living out of a car. Maybe this is where you're listening to the podcast. Is you're living in your car and you found me on your iPad or on your phone, and you're about to go into a Walmart and steal that coat for your kid that's living in your car with you, and you're going to get caught because you've been stealing stuff all month from Walmart, that you're going to hit that limit and they're going to come and arrest you. And I hope that doesn't happen to you. I hope you stay safe and secure and warm, or I don't know, maybe jail's warm. Who knows? I guess we can get into, I had a little list of things written down on my phone. I need to get better about doing this. Oh, I guess I want to do the surprise first before we get into any of the topics at hand here. Let's see. You guys are in for a little treat because I bought another bag or box of Lego minifigures. These are the blind bag or blind box. I keep saying blind bag because they used to be bags. Jesus Christ, my dog scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, dude. I can't even catch a break, man. It's every episode, like I said, and it's going to be no exception. We're probably going to end up having to record in the car and then go into Walmart and steal a jacket for my kid or for my dog. Maybe we can steal a jacket for a dog. Is that a thing? Well, I got to let her in. I got to like carry her over the shit and hope that she doesn't knock anything over, because she's going to definitely barrel right into the light setup that I have. So, sorry guys, give me 1 second. And then we'll get to our little surprise. I know you guys are really excited to watch me unbox a Lego minifigure. My dog ding dong ditched me. She ran up to my door, scratched at it, knocked on my door, and then I got up, went to go check and see, and she was gone. She ran off on me. Don't know why she did that. Maybe she didn't want me to unbox the Lego minifigure yet. Maybe she's like, you should talk about the Super Bowl first, which I have some things to say. We'll get into that soon, though. I mean, now I've got you maybe a little reeled in there. So you're gonna say he doesn't like Kendrick? No, okay. I'm gonna hold the microphone into my crotch while I do this. Hopefully this sounds okay. Oh, it won't. Just there we go. It's like I have to talk into my own wiener here. These are by the way, this is the Lego minifigures Series 27 blind bags. There's 12 in each collection, essentially, 12 in each series. And I've already bought about 3. Well, 2 of them were given to me as a gift. I bought one of them myself, though. And I collect these. I collect Lego minifigures. It's a little bit. I collect Legos in general. I mean, if you look. Wait, hang on. Burp time. That one had some extra flavor to it. There's not really. Well, that's a lie. There is one that I'm hoping to get. Even though I've gotten a few. The ones that I have gotten already are ones that I actually did really want. So. Without further ado, let's open up the blind box. Let's see, who do we got? I'm hoping it's I'm hoping it's the one that I want. Come on, I can't even see it yet. We got it, baby. We got it, baby. We got the one that I wanted. Oh, let's go. I'll show you guys the pamphlet in a second here. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is perfect. We got it, baby. We got it. I'll show you guys. I'm going to build him real quick. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. I was really hoping to get this guy, and I'll explain why. We got the... Oh, God damn it. So difficult. So difficult to do. It's supposed to be like a Lego pet owner guy. Like he owns a cat, right? Okay. And put this thing here. Let's not reassemble everything. Does the cat not go onto the thing? Now I have a Lego cat. I don't think I've ever owned a Lego cat. He's like a cat owner guy. Let me see if I can... Oh, I'll zoom in, actually. We can zoom in. For audio listeners, for those of... I mean, I don't really know how to describe it other than it's a Lego minifigure of a very twinkish man who looks a bit like Matt Watson from Super Mega. Part of the reason why I wanted him was because of that. He kind of looks like Matt from Super Mega. And he's got a cat. He's got a ball of yarn right there. His face is a little scratched up. You can't really quite see it. He's got like cat fur on his pants. I really wanted this guy. I thought he would kind of complete the collection. I like that he's kind of part of the, he's one of the more like, I guess, I don't know what you'd say, like obscure, not obscure, but like, there's not much to him. You know what I mean? It's a very simple, like, he's just kind of like a guy. He's not like, in this set they have like, I'll pull this out of my crotch. In this set they have a few of them that are like a boogie monster guy. They have like Cupid, but this guy, he's just like a guy with a cat. And I like the simplicity of it. That's kind of nice. Is there any? I guess I kind of completed the ones that I just really wanted to get. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the other ones at this point, except for maybe the steampunk guy, which you can see him there at the bottom. That would be bottom right here. Bottom, yeah, that would be the bottom right. Yes, okay. I'm a little directionally challenged. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. I'm gonna put him up. Where am I gonna go put this guy? I guess we could put him like. I'll put him here for now. I'll find a space for him in my room. I have too many Lego minifigures. I'll show you guys on maybe episode 3. I'll have as many of them gathered together that I can show you. I have a whole like. I'm losing space on my shelf over there. I'm actually like running out of space. It's really not good. And I plan on buying more. I'm definitely gonna, as they keep releasing these series, I'm gonna keep getting more. I try to get at least 3 from each line, and usually I try to get the ones that I can, like, get the ones that I actually do want. So I didn't cheat this time around though. There's an app that you can use. Yeah, I'm like a Lego insider, dude. I know my shit. There's like an app you can use to like scan the boxes at whatever store you're at, and it'll just tell you, oh, it has this one in there. But I didn't want to do that this time around. I wanted this one to be a little bit of a surprise, with fingers crossed that it would be one that I actually wanted, and it was. Isn't that nice? This is your sign to get into collecting Lego minifigures. If you like Legos at all. Yeah, I like Legos. Big deal. I think in total, I actually want to know. I almost want to do the math. How much money have I spent on Legos in my adult life? Specifically in my adult life. I could like do the... that might be kind of boring. I would say it's easily over $500. Like easily, we're easily in the 500 to potentially like 800. I don't want to say 1,000. I feel like 1,000's kind of pushing it, but it's easily over 500. No, wait. I feel like I got to do the math in my head real quick. Okay, no, this is the most expensive one. You can't really see it. It's kind of blocked by some stuff. This is the most expensive one that I have. This was this is the most expensive one that I have that you can kind of see. It's a bird of paradise plant. That was like 130, 150 bucks. Easily over 500. Yeah, now that I think about it, I have like 3. No, you were 50 bucks. I don't remember. Who cares? Maybe I'll do that on stream at some point. By the way, twitch.tv/TripShoes, live every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night. And then, also Monday nights now. We do Monday nights. Recently I've been playing GTA 5, just the story campaign, again, because I don't know. I felt like it. And it's been pretty well received. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess the Super Bowl happened this past week, or this, 2 days ago at this point, as of me recording this, and I realized something that I ended up skipping going to any Super Bowl parties. I got invited to about 2.5. One of them fell through. One of them fell through at the last minute, and the host was like, I'm not doing it. But the whole thing is that like I've never been like a sports person. In case you can't tell, I collect Legos for fuck's sakes. Um, yeah, I've never really been a big sports person. My entire family were never really sports people, so it was really it's always been very much like anytime I'm very much the guy at a Super Bowl party that just kind of is there. I'm there for fun. I'm there for the moral support, for the drinks, for the snacks. But I'm not one of those like let's go team, like one of those ironic like let's go team, let's go, yeah, sports ball kind of people. Like I honestly, there's a part of me that wishes I liked sports. There's a part of me that kind of like respects the fact that like people, because I'm sure that those people that like sports look at some of my hobbies and they're like, yeah, this isn't for me, but I still respect it. I think there's a kind of a disrespect that those like, let's go, those very ironic Reddit humor type people that are like, wow, we're going to watch a bunch of guys run up and down a field and chase after a ball. Oh, this is really interesting. It's like, no, let people have their fun, dude. My problem is, my problem with the Super Bowl, and I guess really just the Super Bowl, is the obsession with the Super Bowl commercials. I never understood this. And I think maybe once a year when the Super Bowl happens, there's maybe one commercial where I'm like, that was fun. That was cool. But I don't get the obsession with like Super Bowl commercials. Especially I think it was like last year, 2024, all of the commercials were like about AI, and generative AI was kind of like the theme of the Super Bowl last year. Was just like talking that AI was like the big thing last year. Generative AI was like the big thing. And I never like, it filled me with so much dread to see that. And I was like, man, I think I'm done with this. Well, I mean, I also had other responsibilities here on a little show that I'm working on that you guys will see very, very soon. In fact, I think within the next week and a half. When is that supposed to be? Yeah, well, that's for me to not know right now and for you to eventually find out. But yeah, I kind of didn't hear, I feel like I didn't even hear anybody talk about the Super Bowl commercials this year. So I take it that there was not much that I missed. However, the one thing that I did watch from the Super Bowl was the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. I am a Kendrick Lamar fan. I enjoy his music. I see the value in everything that he does. I see I feel like value is a bad word to use. What's a word that I want to use instead of value? I see the quality in everything that he does. I see the importance in everything that he does. I think he has a good message. I think he's a smart guy. I like the fact that him calling out Drake. I think it's great. I love that. I like that one specific moment in the halftime show where he says I think it was when he says like, say Drake, I hear you like them young. And he just has this shit eating grin. Maybe not shit eating grin. I think that's a little bit different. This like, he has a sinister look on his face. He just has this like, it's just so funny to me. I loved it so much. That being said, I feel like he was a really weird decision. And hear me out. Like, before you go to the comment section, be like, you're probably just secretly like a Drake fan and blah, blah, blah. I think he was a little bit of a weird choice for a halftime show. And it's not that I disagree with any of his message. I thoroughly do. I thoroughly do agree with his message and whatnot, and everything that he talks about. But I felt like it was a really weird choice on like the whoever is it, like the NFL. Again, I don't know much about sports. I feel like he was a really bizarre choice, given kind of where things are in America right now. I feel like he was it was like, wow, kind of a bold decision, but also I feel like he doesn't appeal to, how do I even say this? How do I say this without, I almost like Kanye. Kanye's a whole different story right now. Kendrick fans feeling like I'm saying the wrong thing or feeling like how do I word this? I feel like he was a strange choice because of like previous Super Bowl performances and whatnot. They tend to play it. I will say, I don't think Kendrick is a safe artist, so to speak. He's very outspoken guy with what he stands for. And is not afraid to, say what he wants to say. And for that reason, I feel like I was like, wow, that is a bold choice to do. I really thought, I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like given where we're at in America right now, they would have either gone with the most like safe option or somebody with the complete opposite opinions and views of Kendrick Lamar. That being said, I thought the halftime show was okay. I feel like his music doesn't translate well to the big like live setting. I feel like I will say that my only criticism is I didn't think he sounded great. I think he was good and the performance was fun. But looking back on it, I was like, I feel like he could have sounded a little bit better. But also maybe I'm wrong. I don't always watch the Super Bowl halftime shows. My least favorite one, I think, of like recent ones was a few years ago they did for like a halftime show they did. It was like Snoop Dogg and like Eminem. It felt like they really just phoned it in for that one. They're just like, let's just get a bunch of big names to go up there on stage and do something. I don't know. I thought that one was kind of a miss for me. Not that I don't like any of those artists, but it was very much just like oh well, you know. I guess that's what I was expecting from what they would do with it. In fact, I didn't even find out Kendrick was performing at the Super Bowl until like I think while the Super Bowl was going on, and I was busy working on something else, and then my friends in a Discord call, we all watched it together. I guess I kind of expected more of a safe performance this year, and like not somebody like Kendrick who's very outspoken. But yeah, no, I mean it was cool to see though. I think it was very cool decision on their end. Yeah, so anybody who's about to go comment and say like Dan hates Kendrick, he's a Kendrick hater, like no, that's not what I'm saying at all. Get your facts straight, buddy. Get your facts straight. Yeah, that's about that for the halftime show. I feel like that's all I really had to say about the Super Bowl and whatnot. Again, I didn't watch it. Is there any, you know what, maybe leave down in the comment section down below. Was there a commercial that I should have watched? Was there good commercials? I don't know. I just don't enjoy watching commercials. I don't sit there after I watch one and go, wow, I really liked the way they advertised to me on that one. You know, to me, I think I'm kind of what you'd call like a little bit desensitized. Well, no, we're all immune. No, we're not immune to propaganda. None of us are. We are all influenceable and marketable. And we all have something that they all have a way to eventually get us to buy shit. Right. I'm not saying I'm above it at all, but I think I'm a little more, I guess maybe a little less susceptible to marketing and stuff like that. I'm very much just like, it's just their way of trying to get us to buy their stuff. And I get a little annoyed. Maybe I'm just jaded. I think I think you can kind of infer that from everything else that I do on the internet is that I'm just a jaded man. Oh, you know what? I saw this trailer actually a couple of days ago, and I wanted to talk about it because, for those of you who don't know, I'm a big Tim Robinson fan. I Think You Should Leave. I've been meaning to check out Detroiters, though. I've heard that's a really fun show, and that's kind of like similar in vein to I Think You Should Leave, but it's a little bit different. I got to get into that one, but I saw that he has a movie coming out with Paul Rudd, and I think it's called Friendship. I believe that's what it is. Yeah. And I thought it looked very good. I, for one, really liked the trailer. I thought what they're trying to do with it could be very, very cool, very interesting. And it's kind of, I guess what I'm trying to say here is I'm kind of surprised to see, I feel like comedy movies are slowly kind of starting to come back a little bit. I feel like comedy mainly took the form of like, in terms of like recorded material as like stand-up specials on Netflix and TV shows, especially like, again, like I said, I Think You Should Leave, or even like finding its place on YouTube, but you didn't really see a lot of comedy movies. I feel like those, and if you did, they didn't do particularly well. And I don't know how well this movie is going to do, but it looks, again, you got Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson acting together. I think it's going to be pretty cool. It's an A24 movie. So, I'm excited for it. It comes out in May. And I know I'm already pretty much seated in the theater right now. I'm already there. They should let me pre-order tickets. I would absolutely pre-order tickets. But the response online was very interesting. And it reminded me that like, I guess somewhat of like a general audience, people don't really understand, like a lot of the response to the movie from people who maybe don't know who Tim Robinson is, or maybe just kind of saw this trailer pop up on their timeline, were just like, this seems more like a horror movie than a comedy movie. And I will defend it to the day I die. I think horror and comedy work together insanely well. I think that those two genres mesh together insanely. It's like, I don't know if I want to say peanut butter and chocolate. I'm trying to come up with like a comparison of like two drastically different things that maybe you would think contradict each other, but actually work really well together. And I think especially with Tim Robinson's level of, or not level of comedy, but his style of comedy specifically, it can work really well. I think based on the trailer, I'm sold on the movie. But I saw a lot of the reception to it was very much people not getting it and not understanding it and feeling like they, maybe this is you know, maybe those people just they don't really know Tim Robinson and his. I always think he's more of a behavioral comedy. Like he does a lot of behavioral comedy. It's how he is as a character, how he performs and whatnot, that kind of sells him and whatnot. That's kind of what I think You Should Leave is. It's pretty much just him not understanding a lot of societal and social norms and sort of failing at those things. And it's, I don't know, I think it works very well. There's only a few handful of sketches on I Think You Should Leave that have just kind of like fell flat in my opinion. But almost, I think it's a pretty consistent show. And I'm excited for the movie. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't see the movie doing particularly great in the box office. I get the feeling that a lot of people who maybe aren't familiar with him or maybe don't understand that like horror and comedy work together very well are going to watch this movie and I don't want to say not get it, but like it's not going to really resonate with them. And that's where I worry, is that even though this movie actually, based on like the critics reviews and stuff like that, and I guess like the test screenings and whatnot, I imagine they did test screenings for it. A lot of it's been very positive from what I understand. It's very like the critics are saying it's really good. I think everything I read about it so far, it's like they're saying it's kind of a masterpiece. They're saying it's one of the next best comedy movies, which again, like I said, I feel like comedy movies kind of went away, or at least you don't really hear about big hits anymore. I mean, when's the last time you heard of like a Superbad or like a I mean, I guess Adam Sandler just dumps him out on Netflix these days, you know? Isn't he's doing like a sequel, right? Was it like a Happy Gilmore sequel? I don't know. I'm an anti-sequel person. I'm very much I'm a one and done kind of guy. I think unless something really needs a sequel and there's a story to tell and there's something to do, I mean, for example, the last movie I ever saw in theaters was Sonic 3. And I loved Sonic 3. I thought Sonic 3 was great. And I feel like that was a very necessary, like from the first movie to like throughout all of them, it was very necessary to have those sequels. I'm pro necessary sequel. I'm pro like, hey, there's still a story to tell here. There's still so much more, especially if you have like source material to work with. Like with Sonic, you have all the games you can work with. But like, do we need a Happy Gilmore 2, guys? Do we? Ask yourself that much. Do we need a Happy Gilmore 2? I don't know. I'm gonna become like one of those one of those like YouTubers that gets really mad about movies eventually. That's going to be my next big thing, actually. I'm going to ditch this channel and my other channel and just become like a nostalgia critic type that just gets really mad anytime they announce a new movie. Is that like, that's still definitely like a genre on YouTube of people who do that. Like that's their bread and butter. And I think that's really fun. I think that should continue. We need to bring that back. I was saying we need to bring back like the angry video game nerd types, or maybe they still do exist. I guess maybe just they're not popular at the moment. But, actually, I want to talk about that. I have noticed, did I talk about this on the first episode? I don't really remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm going to talk about it again. There's a video up on my main channel that has just shy of 10,000 views. I believe it's at like 9,000. I think it's just 9,000 flat right now. I was going to say 9.2. I don't think it hit that quite just yet. But, It's a best of video. It's a best of my videos from last year on my main channel. Again, this is not including anything from here because we just started doing this again. And it's like an hour long, and I was expecting the video to not do particularly well in terms of like views and stuff like that. It was like for the fans, for the people who already watch me, which is a very small pool of people. But the video is like my most viewed video on the channel, and I've doubled my subscriber count from that video alone. And I didn't expect that to happen. That was very cool to see. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like it was a little weird because I felt like YouTube in general, like all of online video creation was kind of shifting towards short-term content, or short-form content, like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, stuff like that. But I guess the algorithm as of late, I guess I don't understand the algorithm. All right. I mean, I know what the algorithm is. I just don't understand like how it's what its current meta is, so to speak. You know, I always thought it was like, oh, short form, like YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and stuff like that. That's what's capturing people's attention, right? And maybe things are starting to switch back, and that makes me very happy because I would like to do some longer videos. So that's kind of I guess this is like a soft announcement of like I've been debating doing a soft announcement as in like I'm probably gonna do it. I've been debating doing like Let's Plays on my main channel, but like having them be like probably like one-off videos that would be like an hour long each. And then also just doing more compilation videos from my Twitch streams. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. I gotta get water in me. My throat's all dry. I'm a little dehydrated after the gym. After the gym, I had to go to Target, obviously, because I had to go buy our little surprise and also new underwear, because I'm at that point where all my underwear have too many holes in them to the point where I'm like, yeah, okay, time to buy new underwear. Once all of your underwear look like Swiss cheese, it's time to get new underwear. That's my advice to you guys. What was it? Acid reflux. But after that, on my way back, I stopped off at 7-Eleven and I grabbed this entire bag of those like little pretzels filled with peanut butter. Those are delicious. I love those. And I ate those all the way on like just on the car ride home. I pretty much just came like the minute I came home, I was eating those little pretzels with the peanut butter in them. And I pretty much just immediately started the podcast when I got home. I was just like, I got to record because I got stuff to do tonight. I have to make like social media posts and all that other fun stuff that you do when you're an influencer. And I hate the word influencer so much, but those pretzel nuggets they really dried out my throat. What do you call those things? Pretzel nuggets? Peanut butter nuggets? I don't know. What are we at in terms of the podcast? Let's see. Usually I want to keep these things around 45 minutes to an hour long each episode, I'm thinking. I think that's kind of like the sweet spot, even though I just said the whole thing about like longer stuff and whatnot. I really liked the idea last episode. Like I said, if you don't know the show, we got the idea because I wanted to record this in my shed initially, and then that just not really a great idea in like 20-degree weather because we got a huge snowstorm over the weekend. Not a really good idea to do that during in 20-degree weather, bringing all my camera into a shed. And at that, I wouldn't even have any lighting. But I've actually toyed with the idea of like filming the podcast in like, not like you can't really film in public, but like, there's a place that I know when the weather's nice. I want to do this. I want to go out to this one little area that I know, take my car out, bring my laptop, my hard drive, my microphone, you guys, which is the camera, and we won't need any lights because we'll just use daylight and just record an episode out near this lake. I was thinking about like sitting in my trunk's kind of dirty right now. I'd have to clean out my trunk, and I don't want to do that. Just like sitting out somewhere, maybe bring a foldable chair and just like set up my little setup there and sit in front of the lake and just watch the water, see how beautiful it is, and just record a podcast out there. Maybe it'll get me into that flow of consciousness a little bit better. That flow state, which I still don't quite understand what a flow state is. I feel like maybe I don't experience those. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe I need to get myself checked out. Maybe it's just an ADHD thing. I don't know. What are you? Another comment that you guys can leave. I got something in my nose. I gotta scratch my nose so bad. Oh my god. Oh, it's like dust. Okay. For the record, I cleaned my room between this episode and the last episode. In between that time, that's 1 week, I cleaned my room, and it's still really dusty in here. Also, we have mice in our walls too, and that's all I can hear. It's just mice going. It's so annoying. Oh, you know why? This filter that I have on top of the mic, this little spongy thing. What do you call this? Pop filter? I don't know. It's covered in dog hair from the dog that likes to come in here and knock on my door and interrupt my podcast it's literally always whenever I'm recording. That was another motivation as to why I want to like film in remote locations. Just because I can. I have the setup for it, and I think that could be really fun. Maybe you guys can suggest places to film episodes. I'm open to suggestions. I had the idea while it was snowing last week. I was like, well, how funny would it be if I just sorry, I'm settling into my chair. I feel like if I'm a little more relaxed, it's kind of like a therapy session. You guys can talk to me about your. I can talk to you guys about my feelings. You guys are the therapist here. That's a healthy relationship to have with your audience. Oh, I can rest. Oh, look at this. Sorry, audio listeners, it's a little bit boring. Just me yapping about how I'm sitting, and you can't even see me right now. I'm just resting my head against a hardwood. What do you call this part of the door? Banister? No, that's not what it is. Frame? I guess frame makes sense. I had the idea over the weekend of how funny would it be if, while the snow is hitting us, because we got probably a solid like 6 or 7 inches, like while like during like the peak of the storm, what if I brought the equipment into my car and just snowed myself into my car? There's that one guy who like, there's that one guy who like survived getting snowed into his car during like a blizzard, and I think he had to like drink his own piss or something like that. Except I would be doing this out in my driveway, so it'd be a little bit safer. But I think it'd be kind of funny if we snowed ourselves in to my car for an episode of the podcast. Let me check the forecast. Are we getting storms this week? Are we getting a big epic snowstorm this week? Let me see. If we are, I would love to maybe attempt this. Just rain. Darn it. Wait. Not enough snow. Just a trace of snow. Dang it. Oh well. We got that idea on the back burner. Maybe in the summer when hurricane season rolls around, we can film during a hurricane. I could just go out into my car. That would actually potentially kill me more than the snowstorm idea would. That might actually kill me more than the snowstorm idea. That's actually really dangerous, but that could actually be, maybe that would be good for views. Maybe dying for your art. Maybe that would make my does that work with like YouTubers? You know, when like an artist dies, they say their work becomes so much more worth what it was before they were like, you know, when they were still alive. Would that happen with like YouTube, or would just like a bunch of like those horror and like scary channels be like true crime channels and stuff like that would be like, this YouTuber died on camera by filming himself making a podcast in a hurricane. Like they would be the one essentially getting anything off of it. I wouldn't, at that point it would be worth nothing to me. I'd be dead. The hurricane would have killed me. This hypothetical hurricane. We haven't had, I actually don't think we've had like a true hurricane in my area for like 5 years now, or going on 5 years. We got smacked the fuck up in 2020, as did every other aspect of everybody's lives in 2020. We got smacked the fuck up by a hurricane back in 2020. And we were out of power for like 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks without power. Do you know what I did during that time? Couldn't play video games. No power. We have a generator, but you know, you can't, nowadays you can't play video games offline anymore. That's the worst thing ever. And I had my Nintendo Switch, but at the time I didn't have enough money to really buy games because, again, no job because of the pandemic. So it was it was a very boring time. Almost, it was 2.5 weeks without power. It was not cool. Did not like that at all. So yeah, fingers crossed that happens again though this year, so I can make content out of it. That would actually be really cool, like power outage vlogs. If like I vlog every day of me not having power and what I'm doing to survive. That's kind of like that would be like one of those survival channels, like that guy who films himself like in like I think I want to say like Alaska. He's always out in the middle of like nowhere, and he's barely like he's struggling to survive. He's that guy, he like eats a block of cheese and stuff like that. You know who I'm talking about? If you're scrolling TikTok past like 3 a.m., you know exactly who I'm talking about. He always shows up. He's always everybody's sign to go to sleep, I think, is that guy. I always forget his name. But all he does is like barely survive out in like the cold. And I'm like, you know, it's that and caving and like mountain climbing, like climbing Mount Everest and stuff like that. It's those hobbies where I'm like, maybe you should just do drugs. Maybe you should just like sit down, do some LSD instead of doing this. We fought so hard. Now I'm going to sound like Joe Rogan, but our ancestors fought so hard to get us into the position that we're in now where we don't have to do things like that. Why are you doing that? I mean, I guess if you're going to do it, document it and make content out of it, make money, get that bag. But it's like, you know, why are we doing it? Why are you doing it? I'll never understand, like, especially the caving one. Like, people who go, like, spelunking is what it's called. I literally always just shit on people who go, there's still something in my eye. I'm going to lose my mind. I still shit on people who go spelunking. It's like, get a better hobby. Collect Legos, dude. This is way more fun. Get into building PCs. Get a 401k. Don't have life insurance. Well, you're probably going to need life insurance if you go caving. Your family's definitely going to benefit off that in a few weeks. That's going to be really funny. Like one of these like spelunking YouTubers is like, "Hey everybody, I just letting you know I got, a new life insurance policy and you guys are all the beneficiaries." And everybody just sees dollar signs in their eyes cuz they're like, "Yeah, you go spelunking and you get trapped in caves." There's that one guy on YouTube who does it with his like, I think he does it with like his niece or something, or like he does it with like a family member of his that's like not necessarily his kid, I think. And I'm like, dude, are do they know that you're doing that? Does the kid's parents know that you're bringing them into a cave? Also, I've heard you have to get like a ton of like vaccines to like be able to get like. There's a lot of things you could die from in there. There's like I think there's like different air qualities can like poison your poison the oxygen in your blood, and you can die from that. You could fall. You can get stuck. Just fucking get a better. Go play Minecraft, dude. Literally, go play Minecraft. Literally, like, just become a. You know what? Don't become a cave dweller. Become a basement dweller. Sit in your mom's basement. Never get a job. Live off of the government, and just fucking do that. Do that instead of going spelunking. Do that instead. There's so many other things you can do. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. Become a gym bro. You'd be a little more tolerable if you were a gym bro. Ah, boy. How long did I yap about that for? I feel like I got kind of stuck mentally just yapping about the things that I can't stand that people do, man. I mean, I guess we're kind of getting close to the end here a little bit. We can talk about a few more things that are going on in the world and whatnot. Um, hmm. Oh, you know what's something that I realized the other day? Is that like I feel like console generations are slowly going away. You know what I mean? Like for a little while, it was like you had like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I guess what I should say is the importance of console and like the significant steps between them is kind of going away. I feel like the step between I don't own a PlayStation 5. I had a PS4 and an Xbox One, but I never switched over to a PlayStation 5 because I just got a PC instead. Of course, I'm considering getting a new console now because GTA 6 is supposedly coming out this year, and we know it's not coming out on PC immediately. It's going to be at least, I'm going to say it's going to be at least another year and a half until we, at the very least, see it on PC. Sorry. So I've been considering like, would it be worth it if I just bought like an Xbox from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace secondhand? Somebody who's got to make bail, somebody who's got to, get a little extra money. The first thing that they do, the minute somebody's got to make bail or pay off somebody, they go into debt like that. The first thing that goes is that PS5 or that Xbox. In fact, I remember browsing a couple of years ago. I had to replace my current Xbox. Because it was starting to just like short out, and I'm like, oh fuck, well I got to get a new Xbox. I remember going on like Facebook Marketplace, and there were some people putting them up for like 75 to $100. That's a pretty good deal. And they would send you videos proving that they worked and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's awesome. We don't see that though right now. That's not what's going on with this current console generation. It's like everything is still perceived as being so new. I feel like that's because there hasn't been that many big, that's not true. I guess like it just feels like this isn't like a defined generation of consoles. Because I think I was reading somewhere that they're already talking about like a PlayStation 6 already. How long has the PlayStation 5 been out for? When did the PS5 launch? Let me take a gander. When did the PlayStation 5 come out? Because is it time? Has that much time passed in the past, like, I know it's been out since like before 2020, right? It was like maybe 2019. Did it release? When did the PlayStation 5 come out? Show me. Show me like the Wikipedia page. Wikipedia. When did this thing release? Oh, it did. It launched in 2020. Well, I guess no, 5 years. Okay. But I guess that means in like the next 3 years or so, we'd probably see a new PlayStation already, and probably another slew of Xbox consoles too. I don't even know what Xbox is doing anymore, but maybe I'll go for that when it comes time for GTA 6 to. Because I know what's going to happen is if it comes out this year, right, and they announce it this year, I'm gonna get such bad FOMO because it's part of the reason I do anything is like part of the reason I still do anything in relating to gaming is like just anticipation for GTA. It's one of my favorite game franchises. I'm literally gonna go play 5 on stream tonight if you want to watch that. I guess in a week from now when you're gonna be watching this podcast, if you watch it when it comes out, I will be live later that night to play GTA 6. No, GTA 5. I wish I was playing GTA 6. If you can get me like a early pirated copy somehow onto my PC, do DM me, please. I would like to know that. And please don't include any viruses in the download. It would not be cool to get a virus on my computer. I already have 600 of them. That's not true. That's not true. But I want to know actually. I want to go on Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I deactivated my Facebook. Dang. eBay it is. I want to see what the lowest price for like a working Xbox. What's the new Xbox called? The Xbox One S or something? Oh no, they ditched the one thing. How about Xbox? What is it? Oh, Series X. How much is a Series X? I'm scratching my nose. I have itchy nose disease. Oh, wait a minute. They have the Series S for $185. Oh. This is definitely a scam. These people are definitely going to track down my address and steal my kidneys. Ooh. Maybe I'll have to pounce on $185. That's pretty good. I have to place a bid. I forgot eBay works like you still like have to like place bids and stuff like that. You can't just. Well, I guess I bought my. Okay, I know the PC gamers of the world are going to shit on me for what I'm about to say. I did, for the record, I bought my current graphics card on eBay. Don't worry, I verified with the guy that it wasn't like he didn't use it for like Bitcoin mining. He just was like, hey, yeah, I use this for gaming. I bought a new one. I don't really need this anymore. So there you go. And I bought it. And I bought that one outright. That reminds me, I gotta buy a new graphics card soon. Everything's so expensive, dude. Why is everything about life just a constant, it's just having to buy new thing after buy new thing after buy new thing. Why can't everything just be the same forever? Why can't everything just pause for a little bit? Why can't we just take a chill pill and just hang out and watch fucking Netflix or something? Or I don't know. Ho hum. Whatever will we do? Let me see some other. Oh yeah, well, look. Oh, okay, 1 terabyte for 200. That's the X model though. This could be good for GTA 6. Maybe a GTA 6 Let's Play would be fun. Who knows? But I'm still seeing them for 2 terabyte. That's like 600. Ooh, no good. No good. I have to BRB for 1 second. I just realized it's time for me to go feed the doggies. So I will put a little marker here to pause the episode or something. And there's the third edit I have to make in this episode. Sorry, yeah, I have two of my dogs are senior dogs and they got to eat when they got to eat, I also was there. I grabbed my pickles because if you don't know me, I love a good pickle. And that reminds me that this week, by the time you see this video or this episode, one of the videos will already be up. I'm re-uploading a bunch of stuff that originally was put onto this channel that I feel like makes more sense on my main channel. So it's a little weird that I'm uploading stuff from like 2023 nowadays in 2020, in the great year of our Lord 2025. Why am I out of breath? I feel like I would be a little more in shape now, be able to, have more stamina. This is like ASMR now. Or maybe you hate chewing sounds and this is like torture for you. Either way, I'm still going to do it. Oh, this is a big one. Look at this. Now, before anybody gets on my case about eating straight out of the jar, I'm the only one who eats these pickles. I buy these for me. I'm the only one in this house that eats these pickles. These are for me, nobody else. I gotta breathe, man. I gotta remember to breathe. I was like barely picking up on the mic. Well, that was stupid. That was a waste of time.
But you know what? It wasn't a waste of time because I enjoyed those pickles. Those 2 pickles that I just ate. I guess we can kind of wind down the episode here. Yeah, I think we're going to keep going with the weekly schedule. Every Tuesday I'm going to record these and then they will go up the following Tuesday. I know at some point I want to kind of like backlog a few episodes just so I have some stuff on backup, but that won't happen until I feel like I need to like allocate my time better elsewhere. So yeah, for now, we're just going to keep doing these weekly. So keep coming back every week. The first episode had a few minor hiccups here and there, and I wish that I could have done it a little bit better, but hey, it didn't turn out that bad. I think the first episode was pretty good. I think we're going to kind of keep exercising that muscle, that solo podcasting muscle. That's the hardest thing, though, is not having anybody here with me, to kind of riff off of and keep the conversation going. It's all up to me and my little brain. But I guess I always like to end on a positive note, because what's the point of ending something if you end on a negative note? You're going to sit there, be tossing and turning all night long going, oh my God, he ended the podcast on a negative note. Oh my God, is there going to be another episode next week? Oh my God. Let me think of what's a positive message I think in this dark world, we need a little positive message to end on. Keep being yourself. Don't ever change for anybody else. Don't try to fit into a box that you don't fit into. How about that? That's a good, there's no such, I think everybody tries so hard to fit into a box and they lose a lot of things about themselves, those little quirks, those little weird things that you do. Like I had somebody ask me, and this seems a little dumb, and I don't know, why I wear, ow, I bent in the wrong way. That really hurt. I had somebody ask me why I wear red Converse. Like with pretty much every outfit that I wear, unless it's like too cold. And they were like, don't you want to dress a little more your age? I'm only 25. That's young. I'm young. I'm 25. That's young, guys. Haha. No, with every passing day, I feel older and older and more pressure, I guess, to fit more into a more like, I don't know, traditional box. I have a lot of friends of mine who are like moving up in the world and they're working more corporate jobs and they're this, that, and the other thing and whatever. But like I'm still just, I'm still just myself, and I've seen how people change, and sometimes change is good, but sometimes change is bad. Sometimes those people lose aspects of themselves that they don't really, that they never really get back. And, on one hand, maybe that seems like it's a good thing. It's good to grow. It's good to change. I do agree that those are good things, but it's also, are you growing and changing when you're just slowly getting rid of and gutting parts of your personality? All I'm trying to say is still keep being weird, keeping a little weird, keeping a little creep, a weirdo. What the hell are you doing here? You don't belong here. I'm kidding. Oh, I said I was going to end on a positive note. That just made it negative. Well, a Radiohead reference can be positive, I guess. You guys like Radiohead? I sure do. How about this? You guys can leave in the comments down below which Lego minifigure is your favorite from the list. There you go. You could just, say a random number and it'll correspond to one of them. You can't really see the list that well, but that's okay. That's fine. Well, either way, guys, this has been My Tiny Little House, episode 2. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me and, being involved in something like this. It's gonna be a good ride. I think we have a lot of good ideas here, a lot of things that are gonna get me out of my shell a little bit, because I feel like I'm very much a self-conscious. Whenever it comes to creating content, I'm very much like, oh, it needs to be perfect, it needs to be good. It's okay to make something that sucks every once in a while. Maybe this episode sucks, and maybe you think this episode sucks, and that's perfectly fine. Leave a comment down below if you thought this episode sucked, and I will take it to heart, and I'll never upload again. I think that's a good note to end on. I say I want to end on a positive note, and then I say like the most negative thing ever. It's like, if you think my show sucks, tell me. And I will never upload ever again. I'll quit. I'll become emo again at the age of 25. Well, there's definitely like 25-year-old emos out there. What age do you think you have to be to like phase out? At what age is it like, hey, you shouldn't be emo anymore? Because emo still exists. That's like still a thing. What age do you have to just kind of like wake up and go like, I can't be emo anymore. I'm not allowed. Not allowed anymore. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Maybe I'll be like 40 and I'll become emo or something like that. I'll start wearing like black skinny jeans with a studded belt, band shirts from Hot Topic. Do they even do band shirts at Hot Topic anymore? I feel like maybe we're not ending the episode. Maybe we're gonna keep going, keep going. No, I kind of want to wind down here a little bit so I can. Oh yeah, I have to get to editing stuff and then get to playing GTA on my stream. But yeah, go become an emo at the age of 40. Nobody's going to stop you. Everybody's going to support you and think it's awesome. They're going to be like, fuck yeah, dude. Rock on, man. Become emo at the age of 40. Dress like a teenager in the early 2000s. You're going to look so cool. And I would support, I actually will. So that's kind of my thing about like being weird. Like it's okay to be a little weird. Don't lose those sides of yourself that are, that's an important thing, is to be unique. And I think that you shouldn't have to feel the need to fit into a bubble or a box. It would be kind of fun to fit into a bubble. You could be like that princess from, or no, she would be a witch technically from Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I don't know how to close this episode. Go over their shoes. And also, see you next week. Bye bye.